Since 1838, the Times of India has been a chronicler of India's story, documenting every twist and turn of this great country's journey from struggle to freedom to glory. What started as a bi-weekly is now a global institution, the world's largest circulated English language broadsheet with more than 7 million readers. The Times of India was always there, reporting on watershed moments in India's modern history. It walked in step with independent India as it went from strength to strength, becoming the world's greatest democracy. Times of India is absolutely delighted to bring to sports fans Sporting Times, a unique book which encapsulates the 175-year journey of Indian sport as covered by the Times of India. So without further ado, let me invite the COO, Times of India Group, Mr. Srijit Mishra, to come onto stage, please, and say a few words on the occasion and the 175-year celebrations.
It's with great pleasure that I welcome you all to this book launch. I also take this opportunity in welcoming Sachin and Abhinav, two of India's greatest sportspersons who are present with us here today. Why is the sports section, have you ever thought, at the back of a paper? Am I unhappy that it is? Honestly not. As a child, it allowed us to read the paper at the same time as our parents. Many of you will remember your father reading the front page and you reading the back page simultaneously, because your interest was in sports. That was the front page for us, not the front page that existed then. As we grow older, we began to take an interest in politics, business, art, culture. But the one thing that stayed with us right from our childhood was our love for sports. For the last 175 years, yes, we have been there for the first Test match in England in 1932, our World Cup win under Kapil Dev in 1975, for Sachin's every record, shattering facts since the age 16. We brought alive India's glory years of hockey, including Dhyan Chand's wizardry that powered India to a hat-trick of Olympic golds between 1928 and 1936. We proudly followed Vishwanathan Anand's stunning ascendance from Chennai chess prodigy to Grandmaster of the world. And we rejoiced when young Abhinav Bindra did what nobody had done before in the history of Indian sport, win an individual gold medal for India. It's only fitting that we are kicking off our on-ground celebrations of the Times of India 175th year with Sporting Times.
I would now request Mr. Srijit Mishra, Sachin Tendulkar, and Abhinav Bindra to please join us on stage and unveil the book Sporting Times. After the unveiling of the book, time now to get some confessions from Sachin Tendulkar and Abhinav Bindra on how they see the role of the media and their own iconic moments in Indian sport. It's beautifully designed, and I must tell you all, one of the first things that caught my eye was this stunning back cover. It's jubilant scenes in Mumbai on the return of India's World Cup winning T20 team in September 2007. And I believe, Sachin, you have a story about this picture. Boria tells me you do.
I cannot forget this picture because just when I had announced my retirement from International T20, from England the team went to South Africa and they won the World Cup. And when they were back, literally in few minutes after they landed, a couple of players called me and said, "Where are you?" I said, "I'm at home. I'm just getting ready to go for practice." And that time it was raining actually. When they landed, they were to, I think, get to Taj Hotel all the way. I think Wankhede Stadium where they were being felicitated. And I said, "No, I'm going for practice." I said, "No, we are going to pick you up on the way." and you are coming with us. So I told him, no, 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 I cannot come. And as, we were chatting with each other, a couple of guys, the bus actually passed me, and I was near Bandra under the flyover, and the bus was on top of me, and we were passing each other, and I said, guess what? I can see your bus. I'm going for my practice right now. This is your day. This day belongs to you. You guys have played brilliantly, and I don't think I should be on the bus. But, after having spoken to all the players, they all said that they've never experienced anything like that, and such was the reception. And again, you see, I mean, these are timeless photographs, and how can you not admire what you see?
Abhinav, let's talk about this. Now, this is one page in this book which is truly a historic moment. Something no one's done before him, and as yet no one's done after either. Tell us about this. What was going through your mind? What did you feel? I mean, what was it like?
Well, obviously this moment was the thrill of my life. I mean, I worked for 15, 16 years of my life at that point to work towards this moment, and I was just glad that I was fortunate enough that that moment actually arrived. I mean, it was the first emotion, I think, was I was relieved, that I achieved what I set out to do. So I think there was immense satisfaction, a great sense of fulfillment, and it was a thrill. I think it was extremely thrilling.
And in all the coverage that followed, was there anything that you feel people still don't know about that moment? Because reams and reams have been written about it. Anything that we would still not know?
Well, I have to admit that I did look at the coverage a few weeks after I returned from the games, and I found it very entertaining to read about myself. Most of it was wrong. I mean, I think a lot was written that I'm a really calm person, and I'm a really calm person by nature, which is absolutely untrue, which is absolutely false. I'm the most hyper individual that there possibly can be, and I'm the most nervous person ever. So I mean, there was a lot written about me that I'm really calm. I mean, I wish I was.
The first innings that actually, yes, the England 100 and the Abdul Qadir 4 sixes, not taking those into account. What was Perth like? Saurav tells me that not any of the other Indian batsmen could even come to the front foot. I've reported that. I've put the 2 reports of that innings in this book. Is that your best 100? Was it the most difficult innings?
Yeah, Perth being the fastest track in the world and the bounciest track, it was a tough track to bat on, but I don't know, I didn't feel any discomfort at all. I thought I was in good positions. And on many occasions, whatever you decide to do your body reacts once your mind has taken a decision. So if that decision itself is not positive enough, the body doesn't react positively. And I thought I was pretty much clear in my mind what I wanted to do. So my body was reacting to whatever was told to me. I didn't spend time thinking about, the others were not going on the front foot, or I was going the front foot, whatever. Each batsman has his style to deal with a similar delivery. You keep 5 batsmen, they all will play those deliveries differently. And I was dealing with them differently. So, whatever I did, I was comfortable and I was confident.
We keep talking about Beijing 2008. What was Athens 2004 like? If your autobiography, I remember right, that final, even the floor under your feet, just talk that experience to us.
Well, Athens was interesting. I think for me personally, I performed better in Athens than I did in Beijing. I broke an Olympic record in Athens, but obviously I didn't win a medal. For me, my performance was much better in Athens than what was in Beijing, but it didn't yield the outcome wasn't what I desired. But obviously, it was extremely disappointing. I think it was heart-wrenching, but I think it also gave me the strength to come back. It gave me the strength to make sure that I work harder, make sure that I train myself to keep every variable in mind, and be ready for anything. And sure enough, there was a challenge thrown at me in Beijing. When I entered the final in Beijing, my sights were out, of my rifle were out, and my first trial shot was a 4 or 4.2. So it was, but I was prepared for that. And that is the reason why I could actually deliver in Beijing. And I think that was born out of the failure in Athens. So I think though the failure was very, very disappointing, it was heart-wrenching, but I think it taught me a lot. It gave me a lot of lessons. And it was a stepping stone to success.
What did you feel in India's Goldfinger moment, and Abhinav, your favorite Sachin moment?
Here I'm going to go first. I remember I was in Sri Lanka and we couldn't watch obviously because we were playing our series, but the moment we got to know that the first gold medal has come to India, 88 years is a long time to wait, and we were really excited and knew that he's the one who set the ball rolling. And I have no doubt that in time to come, because of him, there'll be more and more talented shooters. After getting the first gold medal, there is sky is the limit for us. We've got some talented sportsmen, but he was the first one to bring. So it's incredible.
Abhinav?
Well, for me, he's been a huge hero, an inspiration. I actually don't follow cricket, but I follow you. I watch cricket, and I watch you bat, and when you get out, I stop watching. So I just follow you.